G'day folks, Jim Langlands here from FX Charts with the currency outlook for the Finance News Network for Tuesday the 17th of July. Markets were pretty much range bound today as we await the testimony to Congress by Federal Reserve Governor Ben Bernanke later on in the session tomorrow our time in Asia, in the hope that he will at last signal the long-awaited economic stimulus that we've been waiting for through the implementation of QE3. There's no guarantee that he is going to, but the way things are looking, it seems more and more likely that something could be said. Earlier in the day, risk assets, including the euro, dropped after weekend statements from the Chinese premier that China's still got major economic issues of its own to overcome, and that things could get worse before they improve again. Elsewhere, the IMF downgraded global growth outlook today, and so it seems entirely possible that we could see some sort of stimulus in coming weeks from both the US and from China. Right now, the euro stands at 122 3/4. It's been up to resistance at 122.90, which so far remains intact. But the momentum indicators are pointing a little bit higher, and a break above 122.90 would suggest 123.35, possibly even up to as high as 124, but I'd be quite doubtful. I don't think we're going to get there. The cable, that's at 156.5, and that's despite the IMF slashing UK growth forecast for next year to almost zero. But cable's pretty strong. Still seeing flows from the euro, and euro sterling remains weak. The yen, dollar yen, that actually had more of a move than I thought it might, given it was a Japanese holiday. It's been down to 78.60 against the dollar in thin markets, but generally stop loss selling in dollar yen and euro yen. Wouldn't be surprised to see a few bids come in down at these levels though once Tokyo get in this morning. Aussie and Kiwi, they're at 102.5 and 79.70. They both dipped lower during the European part of the session, but they've recovered. Weaker than expected US retail sales helped the dollar a little bit lower, really, and the Aussie and the Kiwi gained on that. So they're pretty much where they were yesterday. They've both got some good technical resistance ahead of them, but like everything else, they're waiting to see what Bernanke says, and they'll take their lead from that. Before then, of course, in Australia we get the RBA minutes later on this morning, and that'll give us a clue as to how the RBA are thinking towards another rate cut. Later on, we also get the European and German ZEW survey, and also the US CPI and capital utilization data. So it could be, although it's going to be quiet now, it could get a bit volatile later on once Bernanke's had his say. So that's really about it for now. If you do want a more comprehensive outlook, go to the website as usual, www.fxcharts.com.au. And that aside, please just remember that any outlook here is a personal view only, and is not intended to be used as trading advice. So that's really about it. Have a very good day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Cheers.